Greetings, book lovers everywhere, and greeting kindness advocates everywhere. I'm E-Train, and welcome back to E-Train Talks. And this podcast is all about sharing books and kindness. And I hope you'll find yourself escaping into magical kindness adventures. And speaking of kindness adventures, I have an interview for you. One of my goals of 2023 is to shine some extra light into the world by highlighting people who are out there making a positive difference in the world. And today's guests, they're doing just that and a lot more with Project Smile AZ. And while they are in Arizona, AZ stands for A to the Z. So, everybody, here they are, Pravneet and Hurshneet. This is just one of my favorite interviews because I have loved their work for so long, and I'm even speaking at their MLK Day conference, and I'm super thrilled for that as well. So, we hear the words changemaker and trailblazer a lot these days, but what do these words really mean? Today, we get to hear firsthand from two kindness heroes, two changemakers, two teens who are making a difference. And when I say a difference, I mean a huge difference. Ever since COVID, when they were sending kindness cards, they've been on a roll. And now, I'm just so thrilled to welcome Pravneet and Hurshneet, two incredible ambassadors of kindness who created Project Smile A to Z. And yeah, they're here today, which I'm so excited about, and thank you all for joining.
Of course, thank you so much for having us, E-Train.
Well, it's such a treat because you are doing so much for kindness. And actually, to start off, would you mind sharing just a bit about yourselves, your hobbies, interests, and maybe like a fun fact about yourselves that our listeners might not know?
Yeah, sure. Pravni, do you want to go first?
Yeah, absolutely. So, hello everyone. My name is Pravneet Chadha. I'm 14 years old and I go to Mountain Ridge High School. Some of my hobbies include playing basketball, piano, and video games. And my favorite class in school is probably history. A fun fact some people might not know about me is that I used to play 3 sports at one time.
Wow. What sports were they?
Basketball, and I did track and field. And then I also just swam in my free time.
Oh, hi. I'm Hurshneet, and I'm 17, and I'm a senior at Mountain Ridge High School, same school as Pravni. We both go to the same high school. A fun fact about me is that I used to play esports professionally. That was super fun. I played Fortnite. I competed in Winter Royales all the time, and it was so much fun. I quit around my sophomore year. It was getting to be a little too much, but super fun. Some of my hobbies, I really like going out and hiking, really exploring the wilderness, so we say. And I like going to the gym as well and just hang out with friends.
The first question that I want to ask about your kindness journey is just, what have been the biggest challenges that you faced in your mission, and how did you kind of navigate these?
So I feel like one of the biggest challenges we faced as Project Smile AZ was probably just getting other youth involved and just really getting ourselves out there. And initially just didn't have like a real strategy for this. It was just me and my brother. We just wanted to do this as like a weekend project, but really taking it from that short-term weekend project to a long-term nonprofit organization that changes thousands of lives all across the world. I feel like that's been a bit of a struggle, but it's been totally worth it. As you can see, like me and my brother were so happy with all the change that we've been creating in the past couple months with all our new drives and all the youth we get to inspire through not only our car drives and kit drives that are getting media attention at this point, but we've also started our own youth internship program, which develops these youth into change makers in their own communities. So really reaching out there and giving them that support in that way as well. So yeah, I feel like it's been a bit of a challenge, but totally worth it.
Yeah, I agree with Hershey. One of the biggest things for us too was that since we were youth, not many people would take us seriously at first. So after we started working hard, we just kept working harder and harder, and at one point it just worked, and everyone just after we got coverage and stuff, and just a lot of our volunteers, we were finally just more legitimized. So it was awesome for that.
I saw that you're kind of past Giving Tuesday Spark leaders. You're chapter leaders now, which is super awesome. And I talked to Dante Plush, and interviewed him on E Train Talks, and
We
he's
love
kind of,
Dante.
yeah, he's the best. And I'm just really curious to know how you kind of found out about Giving Tuesday Spark, but also I'm a Spark leader, but what's a chapter leader? Because I think that's just like, wow, you're a chapter leader. That's so cool.
Yeah, so the difference between a Spark leader and a Spark chapter leader is a Spark chapter leader is a leader that leads teams of other youth that inspires them and gets out of their comfort zone a little bit to really like bring that Giving Tuesday spirit of giving every Tuesday to those other youth and volunteering as a group. And when me and Pravni first got involved with Giving Tuesday Spark, it was really just about finding a community of leaders that wanted to create the same kind of change that we wanted to create, community that we could collaborate with, host drives with, bounce off ideas with, really getting ourselves out there into that mix. Has really helped us significantly. We actually got a couple of our best ideas from fellow Giving Tuesday Spark chapter leaders. I remember a couple days ago this week, I actually met with a fellow Giving Tuesday Spark chapter leader. His name's Ben, and he was actually helping me figure out something with our social media. So just really having that network of support has been really valuable to us as an organization. And I feel like one of the best parts about being on Giving Tuesday Spark is just the community. It's just so welcoming. It's just so amazing to see that spirit of generosity just giving back to the community. It just makes me want to give back even more.
And we originally started off as chapter leaders because we'd already established our organization beforehand, so we didn't really like go from a Spark leader to chapter leader. And we've also worked with a lot of Spark leaders, as Hurshneet said. One of the ones I remember very clearly was with Jaden when we did a drive. It was a snack bar and dental hygiene drive to Ukraine. When
we did the smiling carts, yeah.
And then the smiling carts drive, which is the name of that.
And you've touched so many people's lives in this kind of a really short amount of time. About a little less than 3 years, you've already done all this. So have you both always had a passion for spreading smiles and leadership even before COVID?
Yeah, so Hurshneet and I used to, with our mom, we used to help with, cooking and, serving people in our community at our, local church on Sundays. And it's been 3 years.
Yeah.
Almost our 3-year anniversary. It's crazy, dude.
That's kind of crazy to think about.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but growing up, a lot of people just told me I had a kind heart, and same with Hurshneet. So we just wanted to give back to our community in any way possible. And that's why we also did trail cleanups as we grew up in our area, just to make sure we had a healthier community.
And yeah, for me as well, it's always about starting something new that wasn't in the community before. I remember one particular time in 5th grade, I started a computer club because there wasn't a community of people that could really share that passion. And then I went on to start a mental health club in 7th grade when barely any people were talking about mental health at that point. There's a lot of people thought I was stupid for doing it, but I knew it was something that was very necessary to the community of people that I was serving, which was basically charter school students in this really stressful curriculum environment. So for me, it's always been about starting something new to really make the community a better place. So I feel like my heart has always been in that spot of changing the community for the better and doing it very efficiently, effectively, just finding new ways, new takes on existing problems. So yeah.
And that kind of leads me to my next question, because we've been talking about what you've previously done, but what is next for Project Smile AZ? I'm sure we're all really curious.
So Pravni, do you want to go into this one a little bit?
I think you got it.
Okay. So Project Smile AZ, we're continuing to evolve and we want to get more youth engaged. So we're going to be doing another summer internship. We've already started our planning for that. So really developing this core base of youth leaders, kind of like Giving Tuesday Spark. We want to build them up and, one day they could be Spark chapter leaders as well, but we want to get them involved with community service early. Our target audience, mainly like middle schoolers and early high schoolers, so we can ingrain those values of community service and leadership early on. So that's one of the things we're going to double down on that effort. We're also going to be going into more content creation. We're going to start making more content on Instagram. We're teenagers. We really
Yeah.
like scroll on social media so much. So we're like, why don't we use it to do some good, right? Exactly.
Yeah.
And
then I don't know if this is gonna be out before, but as E-Train said, we are doing an MLK Dreammakers conference. Make sure to join.
Yeah,
And
definitely. Make
probably,
sure to
did you
join.
want to talk a little bit about, the book?
Oh yeah, we are also writing a book right now. Mainly me.
Yeah,
We're
mainly
writing a
him.
book. Should be out soon, hopefully. We're just like in the process of editing and stuff.
Yeah. And obviously, we've already been trying our best to expand our connections. We've been taking part in many community events. We're actually Digital for Good winners, so you'll see us pitching Project Smile in California, Los Angeles. We get to pitch to this whole crowd of executives, and it's gonna be so much fun. And I'm really excited for that as well. It's gonna be sometime in March.
We've kind of tackled this a little bit. So you mentioned your internship program for kids who just want to spread generosity and become chapter leaders like you. So how can we join? Is there like a link on the website? And what exactly should kids and youth who want to make a difference expect?
Well, yeah, so there are a couple of unique things about our internship program I want to start off by pointing out. And one of those is we're going to be exposing all of these youth to peer mentors. And we're also going to be exposing them to other youth leaders that have found success. Through our Giving Tuesday Spark chapters, we've collaborated with a lot of them, brought them in. And we were hoping that bringing them into our youth leadership internship program, that they're able to strike a chord with some of the people that are participating and really inspire them to do something their own way, because their kindness comes in a lot of different ways. So we want all these youth leaders that are all making their communities better in their own ways to present and like really show all the different ways that you can make a difference to your community. So that's one thing that's unique about our internship program. The other thing is that at the end of the day, we leave our internship program to the people that are participating in it. We give a lot of freedom to them. It's really what you make of it. And we allow them to make their own projects, make community difference their own way. And we're just there as an organization to support them. We're just a support system, kind of like how Giving Tuesday Spark is a support system for us. So we want to help develop them. We want to help them make a difference in their communities because they know what's best in their community and they know the kind of change that they want to make. So at the end of the day, our mission is really to empower them, and that's the direction we're really going with this. So,
And if you want to sign up for the internship, the link is projectsmileyz.org/internship.
My next question is about, another thing that you're doing because you're both doing a lot. So I'm just curious, what should we expect? Who's going to be on? Because we have the MLK Day conference, the Dreammakers conference on the 17th of January. And if you see this after the event, is there going to be a link to watch it? Like on YouTube or something?
So we actually haven't sorted through all of those details yet. We're still finalizing all of that because, we're an official organization,
Yeah.
all of our board members need to agree to stuff like that. So we don't have all the details for that, but what I can tell you is that it's going to be a really inspiring event. We're trying to inspire people to be change makers because at the end of the day, Martin Luther King, what he did was he stood up for something that he was passionate about and he changed thousands of lives by doing it. And at the end of the day, we want to harness that passion through our youth leadership program, our internships, through all of our media, all of that. At the end of the day, we want to harness that passion and hopefully inspire other youth to become change makers. And that's really our mission here. So that's really what you could expect. Just really doubling down on that mission. We're going to focus on that and really inspire a lot of people out of their comfort zones.
My next question is one that I've asked every person that I've interviewed. If you could be or meet any literary character, you could meet your favorite character in a book, or it could be your favorite author. Who would it be and why? It could be for both of you.
Probably, do you want to start off?
You can go ahead. I have to think about this one still
Yeah,
because
same.
I
This is a tough
so
one.
many amazing people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always love to hit them with the hard one at the end, but it always
Mhm.
gets them thinking.
Favorite literary character.
Fiction. So it's fictional and real, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Call me
the
basic for this, but I think I gotta go with Mr. Beast.
Yes, thank gosh. Somebody finally said it.
Yeah. At the end of the day, I mean, he's inspiring a lot of people all across the United States and beyond, with his Spanish channels, French channels, all of that. And he has fun making change and making a difference in the world, Team Trees, Team Seas, really getting his whole like a YouTube audience on board with this idea of changing the world. And that's what me and Pravneet wanted to do with Project Smile, build an audience and then use it to change the world, inspire hundreds of thousands of people to get out there, make a change. And dude, I would love to meet Mr. Beast.
That would be a dream come true.
Yep.
I have two. I'm gonna go with MLK because he moved so many people, just like Hurshneet said, and he caused pretty much like one of the most impactful incidences in American history with the civil rights movement. And I'm gonna go with Hershey's favorite YouTuber, Darman.
So yeah, basically, yeah, it really goes really well with our mission, make smiles for all. Anyone, anywhere can make a smile, and it just really matches up with what Darman is doing. So we really appreciate him supporting our mission as well in that way.
So, was there someone who really I mean, we know there's Mr. Beast, Darman out there, but was there someone who really inspired you? Or did you kind of inspire yourselves to pursue all that you're doing to spread kindness?
So for me personally, what kind of started me off from being kind and like just instilling that thought into me was my Montessori teacher and one of our board members, Miss Myung Sweet. She is such a nice role model and I learned so much from going there. She really just put into me like core models and like things that I should know going forward. And that really inspired me to do like what I'm doing and giving back to our community. What about you, Hurshneet?
Yeah, I was actually gonna say Miss Myung as well. She really inspired me as well. She tutored me for the longest time, and she'd always give me pizza, and it's like the coolest thing ever. Just having your tutor give me pizza. It's just a small gesture of kindness, but it just can go a long way. It just made my day every time because grinding for those hard tests, but then at the same time getting that reward, just made my day that I was gonna make it, get 100 on that test, get all A's, all of that. And then also I feel like my grandma has also inspired me significantly. She lives in India, but I live like 2 years with her, so I know her really well. We're really close. And she's always like bent over backwards to make me happy, make my day. And same thing for Pravni. She's just really like she really serves the people around her, and people could tell that she's really trying to like get herself out there and just like make people's days and make her community a better place because I just see the smiles on people's faces whenever they see her, and it's just so inspiring. Like I want to be a person like that. So
We'll see what Project Smile AZ does because like their Instagram is very active and they post a lot about all the things that they're doing, whether it's for kindness or just like probably one of my favorite posts of theirs is like what's to come because there is so much that's gonna come and I cannot wait. And if this interview goes live before the MLK Day Dreammakers event, then you should really check it out. They have the links to join and sign up and just watch. They're in their social media. You can check it out. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for joining me, Pravneet and Hurshneet. And it's been a lot of fun. And I can't wait to see all that you do in the future because you're really I'm younger than you, but some people say I have a very old soul, so you're going places, kids. You want a hard candy?
we'll make you proud, E-Train. We'll make you proud, Grandpa.
Well, yeah, and everybody, check out their stuff, as I've said. It's so, like, you're gonna be inspired to change the world, or just hold the door open for somebody. And yeah, stay safe, keep on reading, and Happy New Year.
Follow E-Train.
Also follow Project Smile AZ and Mr. Beast and Darman.